I'm joined now by Sam Harris, one of the world's great thinkers. Sam, I know you were listening to that debate I just had about free speech. Where do you sit on that? And in particular, Elon Musk's reversal of his decision to keep Alex Jones off the platform X?
Well, I think we're pretty confused on this particular point. I think much that is said about free speech, especially in America, doesn't really have to do with free speech when you're talking about these platforms. For instance, these platforms have to be moderated. It's never a question. It's never been a question of anything like quote free speech absolutism on these platforms. If they're not moderated, if you're not cleaning up some of the toxicity, X or Facebook or any of these other mainstream platforms would be like 4chan or 8chan, right? I mean, it would just be a completely sociopathic free-for-all. Nobody wants that. Nobody would tolerate that. Certainly, advertisers wouldn't spend any money to be next to that. So, as much as people call him a free speech absolutist, and he even calls himself that, that's never been in the cards. And he's banned people, as you know, for a wide variety of idiosyncratic reasons. And then he's brought Alex Jones back, saying that he would never do that. I think it's a mistake. I think Alex Jones is a genuinely bad actor. I think he monetized the misery of the Sandy Hook parents in a way that's truly unconscionable and unforgivable. And while he says he's apologized, he hasn't quite apologized for that, at least not in my hearing.
No.
So yeah, I think once you admit that even these public companies are platforms that are not analogous to the public square, right? They have to. You can't simply use the First Amendment in the U.S. and say anything that's legal can be said here, right? Because then it becomes a business that is guaranteed to fail. So they're businesses, right? And I think
I
Elon
also
should.
think that hearing Stephen Crowder try to say that, well, for all we know, he implied Alex Jones would have believed that Sandy Hook was fake. Nobody thinks that. Alex Jones knew it wasn't staged. Stephen Crowder knows that Alex Jones knew it wasn't staged. We all do. He deliberately flew with that conspiracy theory to generate vast amounts of wealth for himself. I mean, several $100 million came off the back purely of the reaction to that conspiracy theory. That's why he did it. So there's a disingenuousness at the heart of that, of people who defend him over whether he believed it or not. No one with a brain thinks he believed it.
There are Sandy Hook parents that have moved 10 times since he went berserk in their direction, right? And he knew his fans. Very early on, he knew what the consequences of his actions were, whatever he believed.
Yeah, they were being harassed in the street. One poor man said at one of the cases that his son's grave had been urinated on as a direct result of what Alex Jones was saying on air. And that just made me want to cry, actually. It was just horrific.